Now then, going to be reacting to a video by It'sAGundam on Pragmata, a game that's upset many people for all the right reasons. So let's get into this.
She's a robot. She's not a real girl. How did they program her to act like this? What purpose does this serve? Besides fooling you into a sense of you're going to want to protect her as like a dad figure when you're really...
I mean, I think that's an important part of some computer games, like such as The Walking Dead Season 1, when you're looking after Clementine, and the first Dishonored game when you're trying to save the Empress. I think it does add an emotive quality. I did feel very drawn into those games due to that dynamic, I must admit.
Not. She's just a robot.
You are a thief of joy.
It'sAGundam.
Yeah.
He's sexy.
There's all these people are just jealous. I mean, I do want to give Darkside Phil the benefit of the doubt, but he's can't help himself.
Sexy without knowing he's sexy, and that's really sexy.
I remember seeing a trailer for this game during one of Sony's long-forgotten State of Play events, and thinking to myself, hey, this looks kinda cool.
Did you know that Pragmata's reveal trailer was launched on June 11th of 2020, and it was originally meant to be released in 2022?
Pragmata was delayed 3 times.
Oh, well, I would say in this instance, then the delay was worth it. I mean, I being much older now, I don't care if a computer game gets delayed ad infinitum. Well, maybe not ad infinitum, sorry, that's a bit hyperbolic, but I don't mind them being delayed as long as when they come out they work. You know what I mean? I'd rather them be delayed and them work when they're released rather than be rushed out and then be patched into high heaven afterwards.
One of the developers commented on the delay recently, covered by Push Square. Rather than pushing out a broken game, they refined the gameplay mechanics over and over through trial and error. Admirable in this day and age.
Pragmata devs explain why a PS5 game has taken so long to make. It's a big reason for the long delay. There was so much trial and error and back and forth just to see what could land and what works best. Having the 2 mechanics, Diana's hacking and Hugo's shooting, has been one of the causes for us to put more time into the game, he explains. We took our time to balance it all out. It sounds like there's also a struggle with their presentation as well. Young Hee and Oyama, unable to decide how much screen real estate to afford the hacking while in the midst of a fight.
And just for transparency, I've not played this game or anything. I have no way of playing computer games anymore because I sold my PlayStation, etc., to get better equipment to make YouTube videos. So let me know if you think that was a mistake in the comments. Let me know if you think I should have kept my PlayStation and ceased this YouTube endeavor.
Feeling this would happen.
Me too. Get ready.
Oh, I was right there.
Listen to the enemy.
How did it miss? What the fuck? He was right in front of me and it missed. I don't even understand what happened. It was point blank. I shot the riot blast.
Man, I do think that Phil is bad at computer games, so that doesn't help his case.
The riot blaster missed from point blank range.
While in the
It's a shame as well. I mean, I did want to give him the benefit of the doubt with his recent comeback arc with Asmongold, but it can't help being a lolcow for some reason.
last 48 hours, I was surprised to learn that the demo for the game had came out. And the game was actually released, because progressives on Twitter were calling the game pedo bait.
At this stage of life, I now realize that
Yeah, and that word gets completely misused now. Just, yeah. Because we really need to keep it being used for when it's actually is somebody being a paedophile. I mean, all this time there were people like R. Kelly and stuff running around in society and never got used, and now it's like anything in some way could be associated with children or even a large age gap. Americans anyway like to use this term because obviously they spell it wrong.
We're calling the game pedo bait.
at this stage of life, I now realize that if a socialist or a communist says something is bad, odds are it may just be rational or normal or not a problem at all.
Who is marketing or making this game? Japan, are you actually so retarded it hurts? Get a consultant from the West. That way you don't have an emote that's referencing some PDF meme as your badge. Support a streamer and get the Cryana Twitch chat badge. Start now on April 30th. Get the special badge by purchasing a gift subscription.
I can't help but think that this is like projection, because some of these people never had children. Then they detest that about themselves, so they outwardly attack people who do want families and or have anything to do with anything that's anti-natalist, if that makes sense. Would that be, or like pro-natalist, would that be the better term? Let me know in the comments.
Do you know why I fear AI personally? How long will it be before the machines realize that over half of us are too stupid to be living and decide to do something about it, like an annoying bug buzzing around your ear at night when you're trying to sleep, screaming things like bigotry, patriarchy.
Why are leftists so obsessed with politics and PDF files in Adobe? It's kind of evil how Marathon gets called a flop for doing these numbers, but Pragmata doesn't because file right-wingers wanna...
Oh my god.
It's always them as well. It's always the left-wingers that have to put games in a right-wing, left-wing dynamic. You don't see right-wingers doing it. You don't really see right-wingers going, oh, this is our game. It's always the left-wingers that like do it. Like I said with Hogwarts Academy. Was it Hogwarts Academy? I can't remember. I didn't play it. But yeah, because J.K. Rowling is a TERF, put it in the right wing. Even though J.K. Rowling isn't even right wing, but that doesn't matter. They still put the game that wasn't even really made by her, just using her property, in the right wing hemisphere. They do it all the time, and they're doing it now with Pragmata, which is why I'm covering it.
How this
Although I would say I'm not actually right wing as such, but that's maybe a video for another time.
person failed to understand that Marathon was supposed to be a massive online shooter with an esport lined up for it, meaning that the game itself needed to do CSGO numbers to be considered a hit versus a short single-player story-driven game. It amazes me how these people lack just simple common sense. But then again, the rest of the tweet is so abhorrent, it sickens me how mentally twisted the average politically charged Twitter user is. The older I get, the more I realize Shar Aznable was right. These people's souls are weighed down by gravity and need to be hit with an asteroid.
I mean, I'm glad I get the reference because I've spent a bit of time watching Gundam as well, so I know Char is. Even though I think they pronounce it Shar, it should be pronounced Char, I think, because it's a C, but whatever.
But last I checked, usually people who get exposed for being super sick degenerates tend to lean hard left and call everyone else a PDF file in Adobe.
Yeah, it's always those like the anarcho-communists, or what we might call in the UK, more broadly call it Islamo-communists. It's always them.
Trump journalist Dr. Pizza arrested for oy vey.
Anti-Trump as well. The link for this video will be in the description anyway, if you want to check this out without me talking over the top of it.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Pragmata was getting a lot of backlash on Twitter. A simple Japanese video game became a retarded public discourse, the likes of which I haven't seen since Stellar Blade in like 2023, am I right?
Reddit mods are now removing posts.
God, wait, 2023, did Stellar Blade come out? That seems mental that it was like that long ago. Sorry, I'm just like shocked me.
Banning people from the subreddit for praising and enjoying Pragmata. Wonderful game. This game was absolutely a 10 out of 10 for me. Sorry, this post has been removed by the moderators.
What a stupid time to be alive.
This game is for the files. I'm sorry, what grown man enjoys this? Of course the black doesn't understand having a father.
Oh, naughty. That was a good clapback.
Wow, what do you say after that one? Brutal, savage, wrecked.
In an effort to appease the angry progressives on Twitter, Capcom pulled out the Sue Lightning card. It was either that or drag queens. Because the Japanese market now thinks that everyone in the West is in love with the LGBTQ.
This is so annoying, man, that the mass media have conned everybody. Such a hyper minority of society that actually express themselves like this.
So they just pull out drag queens or transsexuals at a moment's notice. And maybe I'm not being fair to Capcom, Maybe this is just Capcom USA making these moves because most likely it's in San Francisco, which would explain a lot of their choices versus the Japanese counterpart.
Check it out. The Capcom USA commentary team will be streaming Resident Evil Work and Pragmata with the Sphere Hunter this Friday at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Celebrate Pragmata's game launch.
And so, can you imagine how many lives this is going to be saving?
Needless to say, this move then pissed off the people who are already supporting the game against the, for lack of a better term, woke mob. Pretty much it was a normal day on Twitter.
Now,
Yeah. I mean, I'm never really on Twitter. I kind of miss out, to be honest. I think my channel would grow a lot quicker if I did go on Twitter, but I just kind of can't be asked if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It's never interested me, and I struggle to like work up the enthusiasm to even go on there and then willingly get into an argument with somebody. And I don't know, it seems a bit beyond me.
The reason why people are really upset is I think this person's name is Sue Lightning. I don't care to learn. I don't give an F anymore. I'm trying to be neutral, but I'm really.
And I can understand that as well, because at some point I get tired of just learning people's names just for the sake of it.
I don't give an F anymore. I'm trying to be neutral, but I'm really tired this morning and I've seen enough dumb shit. Well, anyway, this Sue Lightning person did adult fuzzy tingle time videos, if you know what I mean, wink wink nudge nuts. And they specialized in getting ass born. But now they do video game content and companies.
I mean, people can have a redemption arc, like, but it's just because of how it's a bit cringe because of how many women have pursued, young women anyway, have pursued that route and then gone a different direction. And we all told them it would follow them like a stink, and they chose to ignore it. Now, what we warned them is occurring, and then now we have to be forgiving and try and not do it. Bit annoying.
They seem to love this person, probably because they're trans, you know. And that's like the safe spot right now. And I'm not in the mood to go down the rabbit hole any further. Needless to say, this Capcom special live stream was doing some numbers, baby. 95 people. I love to see it.
Then Hassan Piker weighed in, obviously, because why wouldn't he?
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a...
I will just say Hassan is cringe. I very much do not like Hassan Piker.
Ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unethical losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like,
Hassan Piker proves over and over.
Hassan Piker cannot understand the basic function of life is to procreate and make more of said life and pass your genetics on. It's what every animal is doing. Every plant, everything on Earth is doing that. Even if you aren't religious, you have to acknowledge that bearing offspring is the function of life. I would broadly say now, as a Christian, the added component, like the meaning of life, is love. But Hassan Piker, obviously a bit moronic, so I can't exactly expect him to work out some of these more enlightened ideas once I can get my words out.
Over again that a college education does not equate to intelligence or being able to relate to another human being who isn't already fabulously wealthy or internet famous.
like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right?
Yes, because everyone who played Resident Evil survived a zombie outbreak in a town called Raccoon City.
If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like,
Nice rhetoric. Let me guess. They also live in their mother's basements and are covered in Cheeto dust, am I right? God forbid the idea of having a wife and a family, which would be a far greater existence than being said lonely gamer. How dare these words be uttered from their unwashed lips, these sullied animals.
On any other day, he would be shitting on capitalism and saying that it robbed these lonely men of the American dream and the possibility of having a family. But I'm projecting That's something I would say, not him, because he is a fool.
For having children, like if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe.
I mean, I'm struggling to add any more value here on top of just dunking on Hassan. I mean, hopefully we'll get beyond the Hassan part because he's just cringe, man. And he doesn't even play games as far as I'm aware on his streams. And like that might make me sound hypocritical, but I have played a lot of computer games. And maybe if one day I'd revealed my PlayStation Network account, have a look at my trophies, you could see that, yeah, I've played quite a lot of computer games. Not all of them to fruition, but I have played a lot of computer games.
If you have like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, freaked out about that. That makes sense, right? Like that's precisely what your life is about.
Oh, this is about Asmongold. Why didn't I see that?
Yeah, it's odd because he's not even talking about politics. Because for those that don't know, Asmongold dethroned Hassan Piker quite a while ago now as the top political streamer on Twitch. And Hassan has been very angry about it ever since and mentions Hassan every day, mentions Asmongold every day. Even this in a... Well, I suppose Asmongold does come from a gaming background, but he doesn't he doesn't stream every release every week or every hyped game, to my knowledge. It's only a few that he's done that with.
Precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
I used to think I was the most miserable man on the internet, but that title clearly belongs to Hassan Piker. May I ask, where is Hassan's wife and kids? But then again, that would require him to love something.
Exactly. Look, no, he dresses like a big teenager.
Other than himself and internet fame.
Take a sip, you sleazy asshole.
I mean, granted, I don't wear a top hat and this sort of Victorian era, almost Victorian era. I'm not sure if this is more like Romance era, I suppose. It's a bit of a mishmash. But either way, on my videos where I do appear, at least I wear a tie and everything. I look nice. Hassan just dresses like a big teenager.
Wow, he cooked so hard he had to sit and let it simmer. Oh, wait a minute. He's reading chat for his next great take to echo what they're saying. All right, stupid me.
Also, I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire, okay? Don't get mad at me for saying this, but I feel like any Japanese
like, I don't know, it's not exactly wrong here, to be fair.
These game, you put like a child. It's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom. You know,
she is stunning and brave.
Overall consent.
Every now and again, Hassan does make a valid point. And I will acknowledge it, and that is a potential valid point.
This is from normal people. Is that Pragmata is a good game. Checking the Capcom hashtag, I see people enjoying themselves, unfettered by the political discourse that has rotted many of our brains.
Is this? Did she give me a gift?
Hold on.
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Diana, it's for you. Just puts his helmet on. He's like mid-conversation. I'm out.
What do
you mean? Yeah. Okay. Everything's normal and cute. She hung it up. So good. She hung it up. Yes. She's so adorable.
Yeah, I haven't actually ever broke down into tears playing a computer game like that. But like I say, like The Walking Dead and Dishonored did bring me close. They did tug at my heartstrings. I was left changed after the experience, I would say.
Oh. You guys, I'm throwing my PC out the window.
Even Kotaku has a positive take on the game, if you can believe that.
Pragmata isn't a sad dad game. It's a game that loves fatherhood, and that rules.
I mean, perceivably, if you're in this suit as well, it's not hard for a woman to like try and still insert herself as being the caregiver as they were.
Capcom sci-fi shooter weaves taking care of Diana's heart and soul into gameplay, just as much as protecting her.
I decided to check out the game for myself rather than having my opinion shaped by others. I'd say Pragmata is a decent game, something new in a sea of reboots, remakes, sequels, and reimaginings. I've only played an hour, so maybe the kid robot will grow on me, and I will suspend disbelief as to why make a kid robot on a space station. I'm sure the story will unfold in a way that will make it all make sense, and maybe even invoke some sort of emotion in my black heart. I think the appeal of the game for men is the protector-provider side of our lizard brain that media would have you believe doesn't exist. The average male is hardwired to sacrifice for the greater good of the community, but due to modern society's ever-increasing attempts to diminish the value of the positive male or diminish the value of masculinity, strong male leads are few and far between and rarely met with praise. The role of the
Yep, all true, all true. No facts, no lies detected there.
elder man being a mentor or a teacher in the local neighborhood to the kids is a thing of the past, and the progressive tends to see every aspect of masculinity as inherently evil and oppressive. This is why they usually hate the nuclear family. So their knee-jerk reaction is to hate anything outside of the realm of their narrow worldview. This has led to many of us growing up without fathers or strong male role models. Did you know single mother households is a top predictor of poverty and social dysfunction? Wouldn't you say that our society is very dysfunctional now, and it has become the norm? Children from single parent homes are far less likely to climb the economic ladder than a two-parent home. Or children in a single father household have often experienced better academic and economic outcomes. Makes you think.
Yeah, exactly. More facts being spoken at the end of the video there by It'sAGundam. I'm sure that's what it's called, isn't it? It'sAGundam. It'sAGundam, yes. I've watched some of his videos before. I do enjoy them. The link for this will be in the description. And check out Pragmata and make the communists cry. Let's make it happen. I would very much like to see more rage coming from those angry incels. Night night.